Sorry. Hey. Santo didn't come this morning, so yeah. Anyway. Hey, stop. Sorry. That's my Lola girl. Shh, quiet now, Lola. Quiet. Okay, here we are. Good morning to everybody. I'm doing well. I don't know if you're asking me that question, but I want to say hello to all my friends this morning. So many people on this morning. Good morning. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Lori Joe and Gail and Gloria and Louise. How are you? There's Donna and Pat May and Bren. Good morning. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, that's Dawn Greenwood with the E, Dawn with an E. Gloria and Loretta, of course. Barbara and Leilani. And who's that? Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. And Babs. There you go. Hey, everyone. Good morning. There's Dawn without the E, Dawn Tompkins. I don't know if Dawn Walsh is on, but there's Donna. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I did a lot of thinking overnight and trying to lay out my schedule. Next week is going to be a bit tedious and hard for me. I have appointments with doctors or with hospitals almost every day next week. And so the schedule is going to be a little bit wonky next week. And I'm actually going to be taking a little bit of one day I'm taking off, but then I have a couple of days that I have to do the show late. So I will let you know what the schedule is going to be, but it's crazy. And not to mention that Owen starts school on Monday, and this is his first time at the high school. So there's going to be some scariness this week. And so for that, I've got to sort of slow down here just and sort of, I don't want to say coast, but show you a little bit easier projects through this week and next week. And then we'll tackle some of the bigger projects after everybody gets going. After this week, next week, I am going to be on sort of a maintenance schedule where I do treatments once a month, which is great. And so I won't have too many of these scans and what have you all the time. So I'll be able to devote to you guys. And let's see. And hopefully Owen does well with school and we won't have to, he's going to do well. He's going to do well. Anyway, it already feels a little bit like fall. So I wanted to show you this really fun card that I made yesterday. It started off with an image, and the image is from Rob and Bob. So let me just go into this card. So I made this card available in Design Space community. So, and I'll also share it with you. So there you go. But it started off with this image. I'm going to show you where I got that. And then I did a couple of iterations and I used this really fun saying that I see a lot in especially vintage Halloween stuff. It says, "When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween." And I took that and I found a really fun font. It's actually one of the newer fonts that were added recently. And it's got, I don't know if you can see it too well from the screen, but just so you get closer, it has like little, where is it? It has like little pumpkins for O's and webs under the W. So it's really adorable. And then I got further on thinking, first I was thinking I was going to cut it out in vinyl, which is what I did here. And that worked out great. But then I remember I keep telling you guys, you can also do HTV. So that's what this is. And I'm going to show you how this works. This entire project is done with Cricut fonts and Cricut or font and images and shapes, and you can reuse them. They're free to you, especially if you are a Cricut Access member. Okay, so there's a difference between Design Space, which is free to all users, and then you have your access membership, which is can either be a monthly like subscription, or you can pay yearly. I pay yearly and I buy the premium, and that gets me, in addition to all of these images, there's like 300,000 images in Design Space, and there's like thousands. I think the last count I saw was like 5,000 or 6,000 fonts that are all there for me to use because I am a Cricut Access subscriber. Okay, I do that once a year, usually in July. And what I don't often mention is that there are special there you will get special percentage off as well. That just sort of, for me, it's like a, oh, that's great, you know, extra. I am mostly concerned about how much images I can use, and not having to worry, do I have to pay for this image? Did I already pay for this image? That's how I do this. The other thing, yeah, I think the yearly premium is the best deal. I agree. And then the other thing is you're only paying once a year, and I think it motivates you to create. And when I first of all, it inspires you because you can find things like this image and turn it into something, which is what I did here. So let's move this aside, and I'm going to show you where I found this image and then how to do the font. And then later on, I've already cut them all out. So I won't go through the process of cutting out, but I will talk about it. We'll talk about whether you want to do vinyl or you want to do HTV or Iron-On, as it's called in Cricut. So to do this card, you are going to need either vinyl or HTV, about 5 by 7 inches, because I like my cards big. You're also going to need a sheet of orange, whether it's 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11, and a sheet of white for the card. You're going to need something to score it with, and then also this pen. Most of us have these pens that we got when we bought our machines, and that's it. That is it. So oh, that's probably Santo now. Okay, so let's start off with where I found this image, and we'll work from there. So let's go to images, and we're going to go to image sets. Okay, and we're going to type in the name Rob, because that brings us to Rob and Bob. So this is my other favorite designer, Rob and Bob Studios, and we're going to go into this one, the best of Rob and Bob. Okay. Oh my goodness, so much noise. So sorry. Hey, stop. Oh man, I hope that is Santo. Please be Santo. All right, sorry guys. So here's the image that I found, and I love this image, but it's not like a card. And for some reason, I've always overlooked this. I've seen this image for a long time, and I've tried to do some things with it that were kind of wonky, but then I just looked at it and I was like, this would make a really fun card. So I grabbed it, and I'm going to resize it. Here it is. It comes in at about 5 by 3. So I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to do 7 inches wide and 5 inches high. And what's great about this, even though I'm unlocking at 5 by 7, this is, it looks good. It's not pulled out and distorted. So let's ungroup it, and you'll see that there is a back piece here that is orange. So that's, yeah. So that's our card, really. We don't need to do much except cut it out. But I wanted to create a back to the card. So here, let's ungroup this so you can see what I did. So I made myself a card. So let's do that. So I'm going over here to shapes. I'm going to choose a square. I'll turn it white. And I am going up here to size. I will change it, instead of being 10 inches wide. It's going to be 7 inches wide by 10 inches high. Now, if you accidentally make it, just so you know, if you make it 10 inches wide by 7 inches high, you can also do this little trick, which is use the rotate button and do rotate 90 degrees. And there it is. Okay. So there's your card. So if you accidentally put the wrong measurements in, then you're going to want to go to shapes again and choose this score line. So the score line, make it 7 inches. I don't know if it's a neighbor or something like that. I don't know. And I'm also going to rotate the score line by 90 degrees. And now I have my card, which I'm going to do align center. This is a post office. Okay, align center and then attach. Okay. Now I want to put my inscription in there. So I'm just going to hit text and I'm going to start typing. Now, there is something a little wonky about this, but we're just going to do it. So I'm going to do an uppercase when witches go riding and black cats appear. Oh, wait, are seen. When black, I'm reading off my paper. Are seen, comma, the moon laughs. Wait, the moon laughs and whispers, "'Tis near," and you could put the apostrophe, "'Tis near Halloween." Halloween. Now I know it's big and obviously doesn't fit, but it's important that you get your text out there. And then what we can do is make the changes that we want to. So I'm going to go up here to font. And all I did right here was I scrolled a little bit, but you could look for the font. What I also did, you can go over here to filters and choose writing style. And there's a couple that look kind of fun. Look at this one. It's called Ghoul Town. It's BFC Ghoul Town. So that's pretty cute. And then this is the one I chose called BFC Horror Show. So let's do that. And you can see that it comes in. Now, you might think that this is a writing font. However, it's not. You have to do something first to it to make it into a writing font. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock it and we will make it so that it's going to fit on this card. We don't want it to be like overwhelming of the card. So here we go. When witches go riding and so you can still read that, right? And black cats are seen. The moon laughs and whispers, "'Tis near Halloween." And I think that I would like to put this like that. How did I do it over here? When witches go riding. Yep. And black cats are seen. Let's do that. When witches go riding. All right. Why am I not allowing to do that? All right. So there we go. And we can maybe make it smaller so it's going to fit. But before you going attached to this, to the background, you need to go up here and check to make sure that the style is actually a writing font. Okay, so you see it's a regular font. So I'm going to click that and choose writing. Now it will now appear as a writing font. If you didn't do this step and you went to cut it out, it would actually cut out all those letters because it thinks it's a cut font. Okay, so we have to make it a writing font. Even though we put writing in the filter when we were doing the fonts, we picked the cut part of the writing font. Okay, hope that's not too confusing to anybody. So then we are going to grab this and we are going to attach it. So now we have, this is it. That's our card. And what comes into play is how you cut it, what you cut it out with. So here's our card. need these other cards to show you what it looks like. So let's just hide these. Okay, so now you can go ahead and hit make it. Now, if I have a Maker 3, if you have a Maker 3 or an Explorer 3 or even a Joy, although Joy would have a hard time cutting this size, but if you wanted to use smart materials are is what I actually used for my cards today. But smart materials are great because you don't need a mat to put them in. But if you're going to cut this out of Iron-On, this is regular vinyl. If you're going to cut this out of Iron-On, in addition to allowing for changing it to being without the mat, you are also going to need to mirror your image. So these two pieces are going to be on the mat, you see, and then this piece, you'll see it looks a little different because it is going to be on smart materials. Okay, and then if you want, you can also use if you want to use the smart paper sticker cardstock like we did last week, you could use that as well. Although I would think that this would be a little bit difficult to weed with that. There are a lot of little pieces here, so you need to be aware of that. So go ahead and cut that whole thing out, and I'm going to show you. Yes, mirror on the wall. You got to mirror if you're going to use HTV. So here are the two cards. They look very similar, but they are using different materials. So this material is vinyl that I cut out. This material is glitter, black, HTV or Iron-On. Both were smart materials, and so I didn't need to use the mat, but the only difference is I had to mirror this one when we go to put it on. So let me show you sort of the two different techniques here. I have also my my little Easy Press Mini, because that's what we're going to use to put this together. So this part here is just the card. See how cute that looks? Let me get closer so you can see. Isn't that adorable? And so I decided, once I thought, oh, I'll just do it on the orange, but then I really liked it on the white, and then I had this orange piece right here. Okay, so that's that. And then here, like that, I'm going to leave this on here. And here is the vinyl piece, and actually cut out quite a few. So Loretta, we can give away 4 cards. And if was it Donna Watson is in the audience today, maybe you might get this card. I think it's Donna Watson. If Penny Leo's here, she'll know. And so there's that. Now the glitter HTV is a little bit difficult to weed, I will tell you that. So when you cut it out, you really should use more pressure in the end result when you're cutting it out. I'm just going to use this one instead. Actually, it might have, yeah, 4 is good, because I'll keep one and send it to my mom or something. All right, so this one is the vinyl one. I don't know why it has these have all little crazy things in there. So then we're going to go ahead and weed all of this. This is the vinyl, okay? So it is not mirrored. And you do need to get up real close. Let me get my light here so you can see it better. But there's a lot of weeding to do, and you're just going to very easily pull this up like this. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, there. All right. So, Mom, sorry. You remember she dementia, so she always calls me at the wrong time, but I can't like remind her not to do it. And I've tried to do it with my phone, but it doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to work. So sorry. Boy, we're filled with problems today. Guess that's why I'm not a professional, right? Oh well. So we're just weeding this here, and there are lots of little bits here. So please make sure to get all of them. All right. So there is the vinyl. Now the iron-on is a little bit more difficult because I'm using the glitter, but it's not impossible. Just be a little bit just persevere, and it's very thick stuff. So make sure you're cutting it on the right setting, which would be glitter iron-on. In this case, it's a smart glitter iron-on. But we're going to just go ahead and weed all of this. Hopefully, I can get that done. Everybody can hear me, I hope. She doesn't remember my number. She just knows that it's one of like 3 numbers that she has programmed. So for her 3 daughters, maybe she has also Owen's number or something like that. But so we're just going to just stick with it and go in and remove these, but it doesn't weed as cleanly as the vinyl. So you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. But I will tell you this, HTV or Iron-On, HTV stands for heat transfer vinyl, or it's called Iron-On by Cricut, is a great choice if you have something that if you were weeding it you would have trouble transferring. And particularly, for example, like some of those writing fonts that are very wispy and thin, those are like a nightmare to weed. And in fact, my friend Wendy from Create and Escape in Peabody Square, we were doing a project for a wedding, and it was for these luggage tags. They were like faux leather luggage tags, and the person that wanted them done kept insisting on doing them in vinyl, and they came out really cruddy. But when I told her, because it was really cruddy because the oops, I lost a little piece here, because weeding them was just so horrific. So I suggested that she use the iron-on, and it's a little bit easier because there is a stickiness to the backing right here. Okay. So when you are stuck with a project like Wendy and I were, it's a good idea to think, oh, what if I did this in iron-on? And you would just need to make sure you look out for mirroring it, and then when you're weeding it, just make sure you're weeding it really well. So you see all these little tiny pieces here, and let's just keep weeding there. Is everybody's back? Yeah, I like this black glitter iron-on, and again, it's a smart vinyl that we did, but you can see how hard it is to weed it. It is not easy to weed it. So we'll just keep going at it. And this is the beauty of live. And if this is boring to you, you can, when you're watching this on the replay, you can fast forward or grab the file while you're listening. That's also going to be in the description if it isn't already. And while I'm doing this, I'll also mention to you that we still have our August giveaways going on until, I think it's until the 30th of August. So it's important, if you want to win, that you put your name in, and you can do that multiple times. And that's okay. You can, if you've already won something, that was a big award, like a bright pad, or let's see, a mini press or a hat press. That would be a big award. If you've already won those, then you have to wait 6 months to win, and it's sort of on your honor. It's like an honor system. I'm not going to go back and like, how many months has it been since so and so won. So you kind of do it on your honor, but we have multiple winners every month, and that didn't come off too great, but it looks okay. And so all you need to do is follow me on YouTube. So if you're not following me, consider following me on YouTube, because then you'll be notified, when I go live, but also when I add a video. And this is particularly useful for people, who work and they can't always get to the live event, which is what we're doing right this second. It's kind of weird to talk about the future when you're doing it, but I have to keep thinking like that some people work or they can't make a 9 o'clock, so they come and watch the replay. And thankfully they tell me, they're like, watch him replay. And I love that, because then I know people are actually watching. So here's where I'm going to end up having some issues, where these little tiny pieces of my design. So you see, I'm just kind of holding it up to the light and then making sure that I've got the right place to remove. Like the eyes on the pumpkin and on the cat are very tiny. So okay, over here is the cat. We don't want to take off his ear either. Let's have a look at that cat. Yep, that's his ear. Don't want to take that off. So still do this. And the other thing that people are mentioning, because my friend Loretta always mentions it, is Patreon. So Patreon is a way for you, if you get something out of this, if you consistently get something out of my videos, that you can support me. And it's a monthly thing, or you can do yearly. I think if you do it yearly, you save 10%. And it's a minimum of $3. So you can sign up for $3 for a year, plus get 10% or 15% off. And it costs you about $25, I think. $3, 36 minus 10. Yeah. Maybe more like $30. But if you're getting something out of this, then I would love it if you considered supporting me, because I am self-supporting. Even though I am a Cricut product expert, I do not get paid from Cricut. I am self-sustaining, I guess. And that's why I rely. I mean, there are things that I get paid for. People often wonder, oh, what do you get paid? How do you get paid? I'm not an employee of Cricut. So I have to earn my money in different ways. Like when we do sales, I can notify you when we have mystery boxes. I'm one of only a dozen people that can offer it, because that is an exclusive product expert thing. So you'll see fewer and fewer people doing it, because there was a time when they let everybody, anybody do the what am I saying? The mystery boxes. But now it's just for us product experts. And speaking of which, I just want to shout out to my fellow product experts. There's a couple new ones. You all know that Melody Lane was one, and some of the ones that I have made friends with for Jennifer Maker and Carol Prevost, Abigail Carrillo, and let's see, those are the Paulette Trent. And we've been with the program for a long time. But the newer ones, there's Crafting with April. We got to talk to April one day. She came on, and she sent me just a wonderful card. And I showed you guys that card. There's April. There's a couple of friends. My friend Angie C, and she is from, let's see, she has mostly Canadian followers. Carol Prevost also does, she's in Canada, and she does both Canada and the US. So if you're liking this content, seek out other people. Seek out some of these other people, and you will, I'm sure, be just as enthralled as I am to meet them and to see what they come up with. I think Angie, I'm sorry, Angie? No, Angie. April is one of the most talented people I've met. And of course, Carol is putting so much of her project files in the community. So after we're done with this, I'm going to show you that. Okay, I'm almost done here. Now I'm going to turn on. Oops, just looking for little bits like in between the legs of the raven. Or the crow. I'm not sure if it's a raven. Maybe that's the raven and that's the crow. I'm not really sure. Never could get the difference between those two guys. All right. So here is our, I don't think I got this eye too well. So as you can see, this is so much easier to weed. So you can just easily just go in there. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, well, there is also black glitter vinyl as well, but I had this in the smart material, so I thought I'd show you guys both. So let's go ahead and do this one too. Yes, I agree, Christine. And just, being a Cricut product expert is such an honor. And I really just love working with the company. They are so good to us. And I mean, they're good to everyone, but I mean, when something new comes out, they always send us the new product, or if it's say it needs training, like when they do a big launch, like in the spring when they got the auto press, they sent it to us ahead of time so that we could test it, so that we could show you guys how to work it. And I think it's a great relationship, and I know they appreciate us, and I so appreciate them as well. And they also are the people that provide me with the money to do the prizes every month. And they've had some changes to the program, and it's actually more beneficial for you with those changes, because I'm able to give out more prizes. I love to give out prizes. And so that's what that's all about. So you can see here how easy it is that you and also you can see here is that this is done in reverse. So the way we're going to apply it is this way. So let's just go ahead and finish reading this one, and then I will show you how to iron it on with your Easy Press Mini. So I'm going to put the Mini on, and I'm just going to put it on low. I'm going to show you where I learned that I needed it to be on low for cardstock. Okay. And let me I probably should have done this reading ahead of time, but this way you can see how this is going, right? And there it is. Let me just see where else I need to. So to get back to Patreon, sometimes people, they don't want to do like a monthly thing, and I understand that. So if you find other ways that you can support me, and that has been like, if we have a sale or something and I let you guys know, I will give you a link, and the link will track a percentage off, but also it will track the order to reward me. It's not a lot, but it does add up, you know. You have hundreds of people or dozens of people, I guess, I don't know, ordering through your link, then it really does add up, you know, and it helps me. And what I usually do is, as I said, I'm self-sustaining. So I don't use it to pay bills. I use it to buy more craft supplies so that I can show you guys what or how to do these things. I try to do new things all the time. Oh, by the way, for those of you that have interest in my personal chaos that I call my life, we did solve, I think, the rat problem with using, we actually stuffed up the holes with, or it was Santo actually who did it, and he stuffed up all the holes with like a wire mesh, as we read about that. I didn't want to put poison down, so we used like this wire mesh and stuffed the holes. And there was one really big hole, so that also required cement. So we cemented the top, and we were able to find the one hole that was like top and at the top of there, and where it led to, which happened to be to my pantry, down through a closet in the basement, and then into my pantry, which is why I got that rat, because I think Frankie, my cat, found it and decided, and I'm messing this up as we're talking. Okay, so my Easy Press is all heated up. I am going to need something to press it on. So you can use a towel. You don't have to use this, but I find this to be super useful because for me, this is what I work off of. And if I use the Easy Press directly on it, even if it's like with some items, it warps my my boards. So I always use my Easy Press mat, or if you don't have Easy Press mat, use like a kitchen towel folded up, and or a regular towel folded up. So here is my square, right? And then I'm going to line this up. I'm going to do it this way, backwards, so I can make sure that I have it in the correct position. All right. And if you have an Easy Press, like a 9x9 or a bigger one, you can also use that. But I just love the handiness of the Easy Press Mini. Now, I'm going to show you the heat guide in case you're wondering, how did I know to put it on one? Because if you just are like me and you forget all the settings, there is this lovely thing called the heat guide. And I'll show you when we're done where to find that. But so the heat guide said to put it on low and do it for 25 seconds. But this is the thing you have to know. I mean, I could be here doing this, moving it around for 25 seconds, but it's not putting 25 seconds directly on all places at once, which is why like the 9x9 or even the AutoPress would do this all in one fell swoop in 25 seconds or so. But with the Mini, we have to move it around, make sure that it's getting on to our cardstock. Okay. So now if you didn't want to use HTV, like I said, you can use this one. I'm going to show you how to transfer it, even though I messed up a little bit right here. I'll try to even that out with my fingers. Okay, so I can feel that part of it is sort of getting on there, but I'm going to keep working it. So don't think, oh, 25 seconds and I'm going to be done. It's not like that. This is your space for the mini. So you have to make sure that that space gets on that heat transfer vinyl for the full 25 seconds. So if you have a regular easy press, just press it all at once. But in this case, you do have to do it this way. All right. And I'm going to do the corners here. Let me just check it. It's hot, by the way, and I see that it is coming up here. So that's good. Super hot. I should wait. But I'm just going to make sure, because I don't think I did this part as much. All right. Right. Gail's commenting saying she did try to use the mini press, but her project was too big. So she used the auto press and it worked beautifully. So there's some confirmation, not just from me, that if you use the bigger machines, it will happen a lot quicker. So, but sometimes people only have, now see, it's not completely adhered right here. So I'm going to come back and hit it because they do not want any gaps. So, I suppose the next time I show this, I will show it with the regular easy press. But I just love this little mini thing. It's so cute. And it's easy to move around. All right, come on now. Let's cool off a little bit. Hot, hot, hot. All right, hot. All right, let's let it cool for a second. I just want to, and while we're letting it cool, let me just show you about this. So this one is the vinyl. So we're going to need transfer tape. So when you use HTV or Iron-On, it comes with this. This is basically the transfer sheet. So it comes with it. But if you're using vinyl, adhesive vinyl, which is what this is, you're going to need transfer tape. And I think new people forget or don't know that you need them both. Okay, so the way that I would do this, I'm using just regular transfer tape while I'm waiting for the other part to cool down so I won't burn my fingers. I'm going to, if I can, which I'm having trouble, removing the transfer tape. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do this, put this right on here, and actually not having the mat is better. And I actually kind of messed this one up. So you want it to be straight with no bumps. It's easier for transferring purposes. So that's what we're doing here. Okay, now let's go back to this and see. Okay, right there, not so good, but let's go down in here. All right, so I need to do a little bit more here. I don't want to lose the tail. And then around this corner. But it's starting to look really cool. Yep, that fixed. And I think we're going to be able to pull this off. Nope, right there. Let's do that a little tiny bit. So depending on what machine you have, you might have to have some extraordinary patience. And that's what I'm practicing right now. But the results really are terrific. So you just don't go ripping it off, and then sometimes little pieces like this will just not come off. And it's just a trial and error type of thing. Oh, it's starting to look really pretty. There it is. there. Oops, let's go back. You see that, what it's doing? So I want to make sure I give a little bit of heat to that area. Yeah, it does make the card buckle a little bit sometimes. So what I found to get around that buckling is to use, instead of making it your card, like putting it right on the card, then and then the card becomes buckled, is to use this background like this, put it on the background, and then you can tape it down. And then the second thing that I do is make sure, because it will buckle a little bit, is to make sure that that you do heat the entire piece, because then it won't look like just that piece is buckled. You know what I mean? All right. I think we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Look at that. Whew. Still placed right over there. All right. And then I guess while we're waiting for that, we'll take our card, which we've cut out here, and we will get some double stick tape. While I'm waiting for that, I really shouldn't leave it like on there, but let's wait for it to cool. And I'm going to put the double stick tape on the front of the card. I always do it like a barn door. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, and that's my inside of my card. And let's see how this came out. Voila! Isn't that awesome? As far as people saying, you know, it might buckle, but you see, it did a little bit, because paper is very porous, and when you add heat or cold, it does actually move around. So there you go. Now, I do have a little tiny bit of it hanging over the edge, but that's okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to the card like this. So you see, you have a lot of options here is what I want to show you. You could certainly cut this out of black glitter cardstock, or you can cut it out of the sticker paper or vinyl or HTV. What else am I missing? There's a lot. There you go. You can just cut it out. But I just love this glitter black. All right. And I'm going to try to line up my card so I don't have too much sort of coming over. And there we go. And there is the finished card. Isn't it beautiful? Patricia, oh, you haven't received, I know, I got your email. Okay, I got your email. So there is our card. So let's have a look at the rest of it that we were working on. So here's the vinyl piece, and that will give me 4 cards to give out. Patricia, you're going to get your card. I was having my mother help me with that, and it didn't kind of work out. So now I'm sort of backlogged. But I did get your email. I'm sorry I did not respond. Okay. So Loretta, can you pick 3 winners if you haven't done already? Oh, sure, Gloria. Have a good visit with the dentist, you know? All right. All right. So let's show you how this one works. Now I'm going to keep the back piece, and I'll show you why I'm going to keep the back piece. All right. So here is, removing it like this. I think a lot of people just want to go take the card and just put it on. You can do it like this if you wanted to. That would work. Or if you wanted to do it the proper way, you can do it like this. But what you should do is take your piece that you just took it off of and put it back on there, except for a little piece like hanging out here, which you can clip if you want. It might be easier. So let's do that. All right. Now, so I only have the adhesive on this side, and then I can line it up like this. All right. I'm pressing down here, and then I'm going to pull it across like that. And now I have to just remove the transfer tape. Whoops. And I'm holding that at an angle, right? Because I don't want the piece that it was attached to. Now that it's done the work of transferring it, I don't want that to pull up like right here. So I'm doing it very slowly and pressing down. All right. Oops, oops, tail. All right. And that is the vinyl one. So I have 4 winners. I have 2 done in the Iron-On glitter, and then 2 done in this vinyl. I could probably even make more winners because I have cut out several of them. So did you oh, Dot one, Dorothy Martin, Dawn and Betsy. You know what? Let's pick another one, Loretta, because I don't know if we have anybody on Facebook. I'm looking for Facebook people. Okay, Dot Gallant, Dawn with an E Greenwood, and Betsy D. And yay, hi Dottie. How are you? Oh, I called you Dottie. I hope that's okay. And let's pick another one. How about somebody I haven't? How about Sarah Tapia? Okay, Sarah Tapia says I would love one. So Sarah, and to the winners that have, Dot, Dawn, Betsy, and Sarah, what you need to do is send me an email. My email address is Miss Rita to the rescue at gmail.com. Okay. And when you send me that email, and apologize for the barking dogs again, I'm not really sure what's going on today, but when you send me that email, you're going to say in like on the top, I won the Halloween scene card. Okay. I don't know what's going on with these dogs. Sorry. But I wanted to also show you a couple of things before I let you go. And that is the heat guide. If you ever want to find out how to know which temperature and setting you should be using your easy press on, just go to Google and type in Cricut heat guide, or you can bookmark it if you want. You can leave it open if you want, but here it is. It has all 5 of the different presses, and I'm going to choose the mini press. And then I chose for my heat transfer vinyl, I chose Smart Iron-On glitter. And then my base is cardstock, and then I hit apply, and see, that's how I knew it was on low for 25 seconds, preheat for 5 seconds. Actually, don't do that with the cardstock. So there's that. And then let's just go back to Cricut Design Space, and so that you can see how to find this in Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to save this. And if you want to get to Cricut Design Space, I always start from here where it's home. And now if I want to see my profile, I click on my picture. Oop, scheduled maintenance. I pick on my picture, and then I choose view profile. And that will show me my profile with all of the shared projects that I have shared. So there's quite a few shared projects. Oh, it's Owen. He was biking by the house. Sorry. So I have 790 followers. I want to make 800. So let's hit 800. You follow me. And then this is, if you're, this is not just for me. You can have your own file. You can put your own image here. If you want to change it up, all you have to do is hit this little crayon thing, and it says edit background image. So I am going to hit replace image, and then I can actually upload an image from my library. Let's go to my library. I have way too many pictures. So let's use this one that we just took for that, and we'll hit open. And once it's filled in, I can rotate it, zoom in or out. And where's my image? I'm going to just hit apply. Oh, there's an error. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do that again. Photos. Let's choose this one. Open. And hopefully it's going to work. Come on, work. There it is. I hope. Yes. All right. And then I can move it like this because that's how my profile. And then I'm going to hit apply. And I guess you hit apply twice. And then you'll have to sort of go out and then come back. But there it is. See? And I can change it every day, or just like you change your socks, you know. And then if you want to see other people in design space that have shared, come up to my, I went to my projects right here. And then I'm using this drop down box, and I'm going to choose Cricut Community. And when I hit that, I will see all of these files that are in for the Cricut Community. If you see one that you like, add a little heart to it. Isn't that cute? Oh, look at this is a shoebox. I love that. I'm going to heart it. And if you happen to see the same name and you're like, wow, these are great, click on the name and you will see their profile. Okay. She's got 3 followers. Her name is Laurel Cook. And she's from South Africa, and I am going to follow her. Okay. And just, I could unfollow her, whatever. And you could really get, so here's me. There's my Anna Griffin one. All right. And then you can either click on this, and then you choose customize or make it. And this has my whole description, all of the images and stuff. So this is really a fun place to hang out. And maybe you'll find something that you like, or maybe you find a designer that you like. So make your profile. Your profile does not need to be public. It can be private. And but you get to go around. Look at this coffee and milk banner. How adorable is that? Look, it looks like Vanessa is really doing a lot of different things. So I'm going to follow her. Look at a baby is brewing. How adorable. Let's follow her. And maybe she'll follow me back. I don't know, but whatever. So there is the Cricut Community. So I'm sure there will be even more changes to it because of how everybody has been really just editing and putting all their stuff out there. But get in on the action. It's fun. And like, for instance, I love this project, and I've been thinking about doing it for a while. So I'm going to save it, and I'll like it, and I'll tell that person, Lauren Jamie Fairley, that I like her stuff. And then I'm going to go here to follow her. And now I am one of 2 followers of her. So, oh, there's April. Hi, April. So this is the community. Isn't it fun? So you can find my file in the community, or after I'm done, I will put the file in the description of the video. So if you need to find it. So the best place for you, if you are a Cricut, if you're a Cricut Design Space user, is to go to the community, because you're going to get everybody, you know. But if you need to find this and you're not in the community, just look at the description of my video on YouTube. Okay. So there you go. All right. So all of you people that won this card, can you please send me an email? Make sure that you're putting in what you won in that email and also your full address. Sometimes people, they leave me these lovely messages and then they go, oops, I forgot to give you my address. So there you go. So don't forget. And let's see, tomorrow we are actually doing a pumpkin spice latte card. It's so cute. Let me see if I can find it. And it's something I've just put together out of all these images from Cricut Design Space. So I made this card from, you can see, from a square, a coffee cup, a pumpkin, and then this happy pumpkin spice season. And I'm going to show you how to create that card. We'll cut this image out in vinyl, adhesive vinyl, and we'll put it on that way. And we'll have a beautiful little fall card. It says Happy Pumpkin Spice Season. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks so much for joining me today. Sorry to be blah blah blah, but thank you so much. And tomorrow we'll do this, and we have other things, some 3D things for the rest of the week. And then just keep in mind that next week I'm going to be sort of in and out all week, so the schedule will change. All right, that's it for me for today. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.